Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. So Wizards did this crazy thing and gave us a brand new bird only for Arena. It's Zephyr Gull. So it's a 1 blue mana flying 1/1. It's a bird. And we have a way to pump all of our birds with Radiant Destinies, Favorable Winds, and Unbreakable Territory, Pride of Conquerors, all that kind of stuff. And we're just playing an all-out aggro bird deck that is super fun. It's a really fun deck. I've actually beaten Sultai with it, mono blue a couple times. Actually, mono red has been a hard one for me, which is kind of weird because I feel like it's a decent matchup for us. But overall, this deck is super fun. We're going to take it into a constructed event, see how it does. Last time I played a birds deck, I think I played a birds deck every set so far except this one. So it's time. It is time for the birds to come back and shine and show us what they've got. So basically what we're doing with this deck is we're just playing a bunch of birds, pumping them with Favorable Winds, Unbreakable Formations, Radiant Destinies. We have a little bit of protection, and we have some card draw as well because we have a lot of evasive creatures. I was debating going up to the 4th copy of this, but I am already down so many lands, and I want to make sure I hit creatures with this deck because it's necessary. But I think we are at, how many lands is this? Oh, I can play it over here now. 16 lands, and I'm actually debating even going lower, so this deck is pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and get into gameplay, see how it goes. Wish me luck.
Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below.
All right, here we go with the constructed event, and here we go. All right, begins Bat and Mad. Yeah, that's Guy. Anyway, we are playing our birds deck, and we have Unclaimed Territory, kind of slow lands here. In fact, I think I'm going to play Glacial Fortress first and get down 2 creatures here. So keep this. We do have a draw, hopefully, to find another untapped source. Actually, I guess it is better just to be playing 1-drops and trying to get in some damage while we can with this deck. Maybe, I'm not sure. So yeah, let's go Unclaimed Territory on bird. And let's go Healer's Hawk. Against red, the main sources of removal are shocks, anything like that. Like, I don't think they're going to get to a Chain Whirler next turn, of course. So they do have the shock. Yep, they kill it. Probably should have led with the gold then, because Healer's Hawk is kind of a piece for a removal for mono red. All right, Pyromancer. We're going to get down. We can't get down Sire Disciple unless we find an untapped source. Nope. So Glacial Fortress down. Let's go with, let's just go for Zephyr Gull. Actually, do we want to block here? Let's get down another Healer's Hawk. Bringing removal towards the birds is good if it's not going towards our face, to a certain extent. There's a Chain Whirler. Yeah, should have gone with the Rustwing Falcon. All right, down to 15, and, well, Let's see. This has been looking pretty funky this time. I think that we need to... Serra Disciple blocks the Pyromancer, so we're going to play the Serra Disciple. If we can get pump spells, then this is good. Our hand has been a little bit funky this time, so we'll see how this goes. They plays the Mountain. They have another Chain Whirler. Here's a shock. Okay, they swing in for 5. Yeah, mono red is the hardest matchup for us because they tend to have really good removal for our stuff. What happens is if they don't target our birds, they target our face instead, we win. If they target our birds, then we're pretty much just done for. So let's see here. Rustwing Falcon. Goal. We can't shock ourselves here with a Hall of Fountain. So I decided to go for the two guys to be blocking here. We need to find something to make these guys bigger. That's kind of the main game plan that we need here. And we might already be done with this one. Yeah, mono red, just having enough removal for our birds. We didn't find any of our other pieces. They had the answers for the Healer's Hawks right away. We're gonna have to block here just to even have a shot. I think we just need to. I don't really know what we need to do here. Yeah, Flame of Keld. We're basically dead on board. Yeah, I'm just going to concede this one. I mean, we can play the Aven Wind Mage. See if they don't block in with swing in with the Chain Whirler, and maybe I can bring down. If we find land, I can Serra Disciple and Pride of the Conquerors. And that would make Aven Wind Mage. So actually, that could be a way that we get out of this. So Aven Windmage pass the turn. I mean, the thing is though, with Flame of the Keld and everything else, like if they find anything, we're just dead. So we have this tiny little shot right now. Fanatical Firebrand, yep. With Flame of Keld, we're just basically dead. Yep, half the block there. Down to 1. We're already dead. Yeah. Yeah, we'll concede that one. There was a tiny hope, but that was with them not really drawing anything. And I'm not sure if I really misplayed. Like, I did play a 1/1 into a Chain Whirler turn, which was a misplay. But they had answers for everything the whole time. So yeah, like I said, Mono Red is definitely our worst matchup there. So let's see what we run up against this time. And we are up against Nasputin. And awesome. And we're playing our mono, our birds deck. Azorius birds. We can keep this. See, I really like having Healer's Hawk out first a lot of times because it gives us extra value. We get to get back our life that we gain. So let's go for Rustling Falcon this time, though. I want to test it out. I've been going back and forth whether or not to be playing the favorable winds and things first because it gets them out of range of a lot of removal that way. But at the same time, we get more damage through by getting out Artificer Assistant and Healer's Hawk here this time. If we get the Unbreakable Formation, we can do a lot of damage, have blockers. Let's see what we're up against here, though. Memorial to Unity. Okay, plays a Forest. Forests are good. We typically do pretty well against mono green decks. All right, so let's get out Favorable Winds. Swing in for 6. Down to 13, pass the turn, unblockable, 6 damage. If we find a land, then we have 9 damage next turn, and they all get Vigilance, so not too shabby. And these birds do work whenever the deck is running the right way. It's pretty epic. We're only running 16 lands. I'm debating going lower with this. All right, swings in 4-1 down to 19. All right, there we go. So unclaimed territory on the birds. We are going to get down. Let's see here. Do we want to go for Aven Windmage? Like, I think that gives us lethal on the next turn. They just showed us black mana. I don't think they'd be running a Ritual of Soot. Let's see here. I mean, we actually have lethal either way, so let's just do Unbreakable Formation. I would rather hold on to more blockers and stuff for later turns. All right, down to 4. We have a 3/3 lifelinker. Now that's the main thing. We're up to 22. They do have the Ritual of Soot. Well, I'm glad I didn't play any more creatures. Very surprising there, especially with the kind of stuff they're playing. All right, that doesn't give us lethal, but these 2 creatures do. So Serra Disciple, Artificer's Assistant. Pass the turn. Do they have another Ritual of Soot? I mean, if they're playing them in the deck, they probably have multiples. Very interesting. All right, opponent scoops it up, but an elf deck playing Ritual of Soot. And all right. I mean, they did have the answer when they needed it. Decks do have to play around mono white, which we are basically a mix between mono white and mono blue. Like that's kind of where we fall in between here. And I mean, they had the answers. So into the Gammon. Yeah, I know there's probably a right way to say that. I just don't know it. The tap land we cannot play here, and we have no 1-drops. We can typically run with a 1-land hand, but this is also looking kind of funky. We're going first. We have the Zephyr Gull. If we find a land, we get a scry for it. If we find a land, we really don't have that great of a hand anyway. We're going to mulligan down to 5. All right, well, we have to keep this. We can keep that on top. We don't draw it right away, do we? All right, so we're just going to play Glacial Fortress, pass the turn. And maybe I should have been looking for land just to make sure we can hit this Radiant Destiny. With the Glacial Fortress, we can play all of our other spells. Right, Terramander. Sarah Disciple's a good blocker for that, at least, unless they have the Curious Obsession. So do I hold up the negate for Curious Obsession? No, because if they have another one, if they have two, then it's annoying. Yeah, we'll just go Sarah Disciple. Pass the turn. Alright, Island. So we do have a pretty decent matchup against Mono Blue at times, but we have to have the right hand for it. And mulliganing down to 5 will be a little bit harder for us here. All right, I'm thinking that they must have the dive down. Either that or they forgot that this has first strike. Do I want them to use the dive down here? I mean, it's just 1 point of damage otherwise, so that's fine. We'll let it through, down to 19. Excuse me. All right, unclaimed territory on birds. Do we hold up the negate here and play Resting Falcon? So let's go. We want to use this mana. Unfortunately, it doesn't auto tap those ones for it. So play the Resting Falcon. If it's an essence capture, then we're going to negate. We will swing in here with Sarah Disciple. If they have the all right, Merfolk Trickster. All right, that's bad. Yep, we lose our first striker. Okay, if we get down to Radiant Destinies, things like that, then we actually have a pretty good matchup against this deck. So no blocks. The biggest thing is if we can land our favorable wins, Radiant Destinies, everything like that, then each creature we play looks like Tempest Djinns. Like that's really what we have to do. So we're going to go ahead and play the Radiant Destiny now on Bird. We're going to have to take our beats for a little bit. No attacks. We can at least block the Terramander. They don't have anything there. We can block the Trickster as well. So they'll be getting in with the Djinn a couple turns in a row, which is a 4/4. Gonna get bigger, but we are still in okay shape. Yeah, swings in, no blocks. I should not have swung with the Sarah Disciple there. I think having that as a blocker against the Djinns is so good for us. All right, so we're going to chart a course. We need to find something good here. So chart a course. We can discard the unclaimed territory. Not very useful for us at the moment. A unclaimed territory down. Don't have anything else for the moment. No attacks. We can at least get favorable wins, which makes it a 3/4. But we're very close to just dead here against Mono Blue this time. Yeah, I mean, if we had run into the right cards earlier on, I think that this is actually the type of matchup we like to run into, where it's more creature based rather than like all the counters, the Curious Obsessions, everything like that. We tend to do pretty well against this. I mean, with this kind of a deck where you're running tons of 1-drops, 16 lands, has a lot of variance. All right, swings in. We will block the Trickster. Down to 2, yep. Chart a course. All right, so I think we're looking for untapped white source. We can favorable winds and Pride of Conquerors to kill one of these guys, but then we're just dead. Actually, we need to find. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. We're dead. Yeah, we found a bird. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. All right, 1 and 2 so far. Let's see if we can improve those odds a little bit. But man, this deck is one of those where it's you either are dominating or you're completely destroyed. That's just how it is. So Holy Badger, and so unfortunately we had 2 bad ones right away, but hopefully this one will be. Man, that's kind of a slow hand for us. We can't play any of our extra stuff. We're gonna mulligan that. Mulligan this. Okay. We can keep this to the bottom. Unclaimed territory on Bird. Healer's Hawk. Coming down. Man, I feel like my hands have been so much worse than they typically are with this deck so far. Alright, play Glacial Fortress, swing in, play the Artificer's Assistant. Next turn, if we find the Unbreakable Formation, we grow our guys. We get in quite a bit of life against possibly mono red here. And not too shabby. Alright, so it is a Gruul deck. Alright, I think I'm actually going to favor the Chart a Course here. I think we need to set up our draws a little bit better. So Chart a Course. Okay, pass the turn. Looking for land still. I think that I'm going to play Creature Chart a Course into... Now, we'll see. Alright, Plummet. Destroys a creature with flying. Okay. Now we want to get out some more creatures. So let's go... We want to just get out everything here. Let's swing in first. Healer's Hawk. They're running Plummets in main deck. That's interesting. And let's play the Resting Falcon. I mean, we have a massive turn with Unbreakable Formation for the next turn. I want to get these guys bigger so they're out of shock range. Okay, there's a Llanowar. Is this the Warriors deck? Do they run Plummets? They have Chain Whirler now. Raptor Hatchling, okay. Alright, I want to get out of Chain Whirler range. Ooh, another Healer's Hawk would be great. Can we wait a turn? I'm thinking this is more dinos with seeing the Raptor Hatchling. Alright, I'm just gonna swing in. We aren't really threatened by what's on the board yet. Play the Healer's Hawk. Play Chart a Course. Should have played Chart a Course first, but it's pretty much what we wanted. Alright, there we go. So now we just pump each turn, and we should win. As long as they don't have too much removal here. Goblin Chain Whirler would be awful. I mean, I'm not thinking that is this deck. This is a deck I've been seeing kind of running around. A version of... I haven't seen a lot of it, though. But I think it's Dinosaurs. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's a Dino Ramp deck, which is so fun. Oh, that's probably my favorite kind of Dino deck, is these ramping ones. Ooh, so fun. All right, gonna swing in with the 1/1. Yep, no blocks. Doesn't swing in? All right. All right, play the Island. We're gonna tap here for 1. And I want to give them Vigilance this turn. So I'm going to play Unbreakable Formation over the Radiant Destiny. We're close to City's Blessing for that as well. Okay, down to 5, pass the turn. The one thing with Radiant Destiny, though, is having it out early means that all of our draws get better. Versus these, it's kind of... I don't know. So maybe it was better to... I should have played Radiant Destiny there, I think, instead. Prodigious Growth. Whenever it... Okay, yeah, so it's an 8/8. We're not going to block it because I think it's whenever it's dealt damage, it creates a 3/3. That's brilliant. So just make this guy big. That's really cool. Ooh, man, we are close to just a massive turn. I mean, we already had the victory, so Radiant Destiny on Birds. I would have been awesome to do Unbreakable Formation into Prided Conquerors. That would just be, ooh, beautiful. All right, down to -7, and that's Birds for you. So we are 2-2 now, and started off a little bit rough. Let's hopefully get up to at least 3 or 4 wins here before we lose again. All right, up against Foxhound Kaz. I'm bringing on Kaz. All right, this is looking pretty good. We have the Goal, we have Obsession. We can even play a tap land or a slow land on that turn, and we can keep this. All right, Island. That's a lot of lands. We're not looking for this many lands. All right, don't have removal. Okay, Pride Mate. That's fine. Just a Pride Mate. We're fine with that. All right, so Curious Obsession. Swing in first. Yep, take action, draw a card. All right, we're just going to play Hollow Fountain tapped, pass the turn. And white-black. So is this the Vampire Life Gain Pridemate deck? It's pretty good. I'm not sure how much removal they're running with it. Hopefully we can keep the Zephyr Gull for a while. Okay. That's fine. They are going to be gaining lots of life. So I think what we need to do here is we have to swing in. They're going to be able to pump here. We need to get down Sarah Disciple with a favorable winds or something. So, and actually I kind of want him as a blocker. So I might favor just going favorable winds this turn. So, Glacial Fortress. I think what the best thing to find is if we can find a Rustwing Falcon. So favorable winds. Swing in, draw a card. Okay, not a Rustwing Falcon, but we can at least kill the Lifelinker or the Primate if they swing in this turn. Otherwise, we are just kind of setting up a pretty big board. Hopefully, we can just go faster. Right, so they gain life, pump the Primate. Yep. Swing in with just him, no blocks. That's fine. Okay. All right, so Glacial Fortress, Sarah Disciple, swing in for 5. First strike is pretty big here. They can't really swing it in with their life linking guy now. Take action, and we get to either Chart a Course or play this. I think I'm just going to go for Chart a Course. We have 5 mana next turn, so we can do quite a bit. Or do I need another blocker? Or another attacker? That's the question. Let's get down the Zephyr Gull. All right, 5 mana themselves. Inspiring Cleric, yep. Rose the Primate. Gonna swing in with him. We're fine with that. Unfortunately, we don't have ways to gain life yet. We don't have our Healer's Hawk. Alright, swings in there. We will try to block here with our first striker. I don't think they realized that's what it was. Alright, Knight's Pledge up to a 6/6. Alright, so now Spell Pierce is actually pretty good here for us. Now I think that we just Unbreakable Formation, swing in for massive amounts of damage. So, and then we can Chart a Course afterwards if we don't find something else. Because I'd like to find another favorable wind or... Well, let's see, how much damage are we doing here? Down to 5. Take action. I'd like to hold up the Spell Pierce as well. So let's... Rustwing Falcon is a great blocker for the life-linking fellas. So... Rustwing Falcon... The only way we lose is with a spell, so maybe we're going to hold up the Spell Pierce, pay 2 for that. We're fine blocking damage that's going to be too much. Call to the Feast, they can pay for it. Yeah, good game. I mean, we'll see if they misclick. I've misclicked on that a few times before. Yeah, they go ahead and get the Call to the Feast. They're already saying good game. And that's perfect. Alright, swings in. We will block and block. Take 6. Down to 7. And we get to swing in for victory. Ooh, and we have the unblockable formation. Sweet. All right, there we go, birds. All right, so we are 3-2. We are positive right now. We're at least going to be 50-50 with the deck, which is kind of where I feel like this deck runs typically. The issue with this deck is that so many people are running with mono white in mind that people are playing a lot more of the pieces that hurt this deck than they were before. That's why I had to bring in the Spell Pierces, the Negates, and hopefully survive on those turns. But like sometimes it works, sometimes like in the mono red game and the mono blue game you saw that just didn't quite pan out for us. I feel like we have, from what I've seen so far, it's about a 50-50 matchup with mono blue. It just depends on our hand. If we get the Curious Possession, if we find those things, it's pretty good. Theirs is just a little bit more fine-tuned, and I haven't fine-tuned this deck just yet, but pretty fun deck altogether. Well, we have Curious Obsession for turn 2. We're going to keep it. And we're going to lead with the Zephyr Gull. I mean, Rustwing Falcon's better, right? And it's a good blocker now. Yeah, we're going to do that instead. So, even paying the 2 life, right? Yeah, we're going to do it. It's just the perfect blocker for the Healer's Hawk. If they have a dub or an aura on this, then that's bad, but... Alright, well, Curious Obsession first. I could play the First Striker, which wouldn't be too bad. I'm going to swing in, see if they trade off the Healer's Hawk to not let us get cards. Okay, we do draw cards. Good. Idento Vanguard is annoying. We need to find lifelink ways to gain life here. Get down the Zephyr Gull. And pass the turn. A Plains. Idento Vanguard. That's a lot of damage really quick. Enclave Tribunal hits the Rustwing. Okay. We have a lot of blockers for these Vanguards, so along the way we can just kind of try to kind of ping them down a little bit more. Let's see, what do we want to do here? Alright, Artificer's Assistant, Sarah Disciple. It's a good blocker for Healer's Hawk. They've already used a lot of their removal. Down to 17, pass the turn. I mean, if this Artificer's Assistant does 4 damage by blocking Vanguard, that's actually pretty good for us. So, I'm thinking that we maybe Unbreakable Formation this turn. They all get Vigilance. We do a lot of damage. This is then a 2/2 with First Strike that can get block their stuff. Yeah, we're going to have to do it this turn. Favorable Winds isn't bad either. In fact, that lets us get down another creature, so... Favorable Winds. Zephyr Gull. If they have Heroic Reinforcements or Unbreakable Formation of their own, then we're in a lot of trouble. But I'm going to go aggressive here. So down to 11. Next turn, we swing in with a bunch of 3/3s, and we have the game if they don't keep up this blocker. And we get Vigilant, so they swing in. Does that save them with the Healer's Hawk? If we block here, they take 4, gain 2. They're down to... They can create another lifelinker. They go down to 9 if they pay for it here. So if they pay for it, we win. If they don't have another Conclave Tribunal. Riot of the Conquerors. Ooh, alright. That's bad. Well, I'm glad I blocked. I think that kept us alive. Alright, well, Unbreakable Formation gives us more blockers. Swing in, and... Can we can't block enough creatures, can we, to survive this, can we? Yeah, they got us. Oh, they hold it back. Ooh, perfect. You have a shot. Alright. Sarah Disciple. You can't save multiples with these guys. We have to block over here as well. I mean, we're losing our creatures. They can save one of them. I mean, if they just swung with everything, they won. So, we'll take this. This gives us another shot. Yeah, I think we're done. Chart a course now. Healer's Hawk. I mean, we get out 2 creatures. But it's not enough. We gain... If they swing in with everything, we're dead. Okay, block, block. Yeah, and that's game. Unless they try to pay. But I don't think you can, actually. Oh man, that was close. The Pride of Conquerors. I mean, I'm glad I blocked so I wasn't dead, but we were really close there. Oh man. All right, well, the deck went 3-3. I feel like I've done a lot better with this deck. Besides that, like those are like 3 of my 5 losses I've had with this deck altogether, or maybe a few more. But anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. Let me hear your thoughts. What else does this deck need? Are the birds actually a viable option here? I felt like you guys didn't see very good hands with this deck, which, I mean, in best of one that happens. And this is more of a best of one type of deck for sure, where it's just kind of like, we are going insanely aggro with birds and you can't block it, which is, it's just so fun. Unfortunately, a lot of people are playing cards around that kind of format with mono white in the format with everything else. So it is hard to deal with, but overall, really fun deck. So if you guys like the video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.